Nick, very interesting story in the Telegraph about who gets to decide what kind of story should be in the Telegraph.
Good point, yeah. It's two-thirds of public want ban on foreign states owning British newspapers. So a survey of more than 2,000 people found 69% think that overseas governments should be prevented by law from owning media outlets such as newspapers. And, of course, this Sheikh Mansour wants to own, he has this Redbird IMI, yes. And he wants to own 75% funded by this sheikh in the UAE, vice president.
Wants to buy the Telegraph.
Wants to buy the Telegraph. And there's quite a lot of funny things here. I mean, one thing is that they're saying that you shouldn't be able to have them in countries that don't have free elections and a free press. And it's Ofcom that are investigating this, which, of course, as Lewis will point out, renders our press not free. So that's a kind of strange irony. But in general, it's obviously a bad idea to have people in UAE owning the Telegraph. It's like the football, and then once one person does it, you have to have all of them owned by the Saudis or UAE or something, because you can't afford...
That has been extraordinary what's
compete.
happened to football in this country, isn't it, in the last few years? Everyone just seems to be quite comfortable with it, but I can't say that I am, to be absolutely honest. Pretty much every top-flight football club in this country now is owned by sort of major, foreign money and some of it quite dirty money, to be honest.
But as in this situation, if you don't like it, you don't watch it.
No.
This is the question. Who's going to decide what is an important newspaper that needs the interference of the state to tell them what's the...
Well, it's the interference of the state to prevent another state interfering, isn't it?
Right. But it's not interfering, because let's say some horrible country like whatever that is, Abu Dhabi, buys this Telegraph. All we have to do is
No, they can influence the national conversation, though, can't they?
They can, of course they can.
You can't say, I'm not going to read it, but
and the Conservative Party, obviously.
is steered by it.
No, because you have a very old attitude towards this. It's the same attitude that Ofcom has, is we have to generate balance. We can't let the people decide themselves.
But they're not the people, are they? This is the point. If you have foreign states owning, and the Telegraph is historically, I mean, I know these are diminishing legacy media and what have you, but it's still a significant title.
It is.
I'm not saying it's definitely on one side of
it's not the free market that Lewis is claiming. It's not the free market.
It is the free market.
Sometimes you have to regulate monopolies. Sometimes you have to regulate countries.
There is no free market in the press. Murdoch has owned most of it for my adult lifetime.
Yeah, well, that's
extraordinarily
disproportionate. That's something else.
And they're getting by it with this strange management structure.
It's not even something else. There's enough for everybody.
No, I was going to say they're getting around it. It's quite important. They're getting around it with this. They're having an extra tier in the proposed chain of ownership. So you have this limited partnership. You have this passive partner. We've all probably had one of those. We can't do anything. So that's how they get. Yeah, that's how they're getting away with it. But it's just all sort of trickery, really. They shouldn't be allowed to do it.
Cloak and mirrors, absolutely. Or is it smoke and mirrors? Cloak and mirrors.
Cloak and daggers, smoke and mirrors. But you could have
smoke and daggers, smoke and vape.